Arsenal were emphatic. Arsenal demolished Wigan very quickly, very easily, very plainly, with almost no trouble whatsoever. In fact, zero trouble whatsoever. There's always going to be banter from rivals. There's always going to be that sort of element of it's just Wigan. This is the jokes you're going to see. It's Wigan. Your players have found their level. Eze's found his level. Martinelli's found his level. Madueke's found his level. You kind of know what's coming. It's so predictable. We know what's going to be said before it's been said. Football fans everywhere. It doesn't matter if you're an Arsenal fan, United fan like me. We all collectively know what is going to be said. But indeed, you are right. You know, to look at Arsenal today and go, was it good? Was it bad? Well, look, 8 changes from the first 11. Only Saka. For me, I'd only really look at Saka and Saliba as outright starters. So actually, that's 9 outfield changes to the team. Martinelli, you know, he's first. If you look at the players who are like first team players that play almost every game, Martinelli fits into that. Madueke fits into that. Ben White kind of goes into that category. But the rest of them are very much their squad players. But what today demonstrates is the strength of Arsenal's squad. And rivals won't like to hear this, but I've seen a few little slip-ups from rivals recently that despise Arsenal. When they say things like, oh, when you played us, we had injuries. And Arsenal fans go, well, we had 4 or 5 injuries too. Yeah, but you can still play a really strong and balanced team. We can't. But I thought you were arguing your squad was as good as ours, or near to ours, or close to ours. You see how people slip up in real time because they know there's a difference. A lot of people will look at Arsenal's lineup today and go, oh, that's ridiculous. They're playing one of their strongest teams against a League One side. But it isn't one of their strongest teams. Because I think if it was their strongest side, the goalkeeper changes, Ben White changes, Mosquera changes, Miles Lewis-Skelly changes. Norgard and Eze come out the team. Madueke comes out the team. Martinelli comes out the team. Jesus comes out the team. 9 of these players probably wouldn't start if the whole squad was fit and available at Arsenal, which demonstrates how good their squad is. Not because they beat Wigan 4-0. Again, that's really basic. That's scratching the surface level analysis. You realise how strong their squad is, that rivals are looking at this and going, fucking hell. Why couldn't they have played a weaker team? Because we all do it. Whenever I watch a rival of mine play, I look at what team they in the FA Cup and League Cup when they're against teams that are not as good as them. You look at it and go, right, who they picked? Okay, there might be half a chance here, bit of rotation. Then you look at the bench to go, are the big boys on the bench to change the game if need be? With Arsenal today, I looked at the starting 11, and my first thought was, I've gone really strong. And then you start to analyse it a little bit, engage your brain a little bit, and you realise it's 9 first-team players. Oh yes, of course, some of these squad players, like Eze, were expensive. Like Madueke were expensive. I'm not denying that, and I know the Arsenal fans wouldn't deny that, but it shows the strength in depth. I think that's first and foremost the important element here from an Arsenal point of view and an Arsenal perspective. Now, on top of that, I want to speak about a few of their players today because Eze's been under an immense amount of pressure. Some people defending him and saying that it's Arteta's style of football, Arteta keeping him on the bench. Arteta is the reason that Eze hasn't thrived and flourished yet at Arsenal. Others feel he's an absolute flop. He should be written off. He should be given no time. Now, of course, no one is going to look at a performance against Wigan and go, superstar. Superstar, should start all the remaining games. He's made it amazing, brilliant. But he was very good today. If we could just have an honest conversation in real time, he was great today. The vision and the weight of pass for the opening assist, for the opening goal for Noni Madueke was absolutely brilliant. He takes out an entire team with one pass. The weight of it was excellent because there was enough on it to beat the defenders and to allow Noni Madueke to hit it first time, but it wasn't too much where the goalkeeper can come out and claim the ball or close that space. The second touch turn and pass, I felt was even better, a little bit closer. He was being pressed. Great first touch, moves the ball onto his outside and plays it into Martinelli, who himself finished very, very well indeed. And I thought overall today, the only thing that would have capped the day off nicely for Eze would have been to have put the ball in the back of the net himself. And Tickle making a couple of very good saves, and Wigan making some really big blocks late in the game to deny Eze. But I thought overall, for his confidence, today will do him the world of good. It really will. Noni Madueke, again, a signing that I think some people have gone too far by saying that he's been transformative this year. But I certainly think he's starting to prove to be value for money. Yes, £50 million is a lot. But then you start to actually deep transfers. The best wingers in the world would be sold for 120, 130, 140, 150. He's being sold for 50%, 60, he's being sold for 2 to 3 times lower that amount. He is a squad player. And we're getting to a realm now where your 35 to 50 millions are buying you squad players. It's as simple as that. But I think he picked up his 7th goal of the season. I could be slightly wrong, but I'm partly guessing. I didn't go and check. I think that's his 7th goal of the season today. Very well taken. Some excellent work with Bukayo Saka on the right-hand side as well. Martinelli and Gabriel Jesus, look, they know they're on the periphery. I think they both know that they're 2 of the first names that may be sold come the summer. But what I love about watching them play for Arsenal this season is that they're not letting that bother them. They're going out there, they're giving their best every game. Martinelli just seems to be a very different player in these cup competitions, namely the Champions League, but the FA Cup this season, he's also popped up, with a goal today. And I think for the season, this is one I was looking at, only 1 goal in the Premier League this season, but he has 10 goals across cup competitions. He's on course to have his best season ever goal-wise for Arsenal, but the vast majority of that is not coming in the Premier League. But that's also important when you're trying to win multiple trophies. And as much as his Premier League record deserves some criticism, the fact that he's got 4 goals in 2 games in the FA Cup, none so far in the League Cup to be fair, but 4 goals in 2 games in the FA Cup and 6 goals in the Champions League is not to be scoffed at. Because what he is doing, it's back to the squad again. It's why this Arsenal squad is so devastatingly good. Is you may not have a player like Martinelli starting a lot of games and scoring lots of goals in the Prem, but what he is doing in the other competitions is keeping you in them, he's winning you games, he's keeping you alive, and I think that is very, very important. I was also impressed with Norgard today as well, and something that I saw, which I'd be intrigued to see if Arteta will try this. Now, I saw a few Gooners, that's a lie, I was told that a few Gooners were talking about, maybe we should see Saka more in the midfield. I'm not sure if he's ready to become a midfielder or an attacking midfielder yet. But there's certainly some Premier League games where I wouldn't mind seeing him go central with Norgard or a player of that ilk holding. With him and Noni Madueke on the right-hand side, I think they could do something interesting. It became harder when they went 4-0 down because they went to a back... I think they went to a back 4, Wigan. They made a sub. They went to a back 4. And then they became really compact and it was hard to break down. But I really kind of liked the way they operated. But Norgard, I felt, just gave them, at this level anyway of opposition, just gave them the protection they needed to go out there and play and to do their thing. Defensively, I don't even want to be rude. It's hard to even praise them. There was almost nothing to do today. Kepa with 1 good save to make in the first half when it was already 4-0. Outside of that, it was maybe the easiest game that those 5 players collectively have had. But I think overall, Arsenal will be very, very happy with today. They've got a big week ahead of them. A huge game against Wolves on Wednesday, and then a massive game in the North London derby this time next week, essentially, where they will have the opportunity this week to go 7 points and maintain a 7-point gap over Manchester City in the Premier League. But they're in that final of the Carabao Cup. Been the best team so far in the Champions League, top of the Premier League, and as we know, have just won the 4th round of the FA Cup tie against Wigan. They go into the 5th round draw. And who knows what this season is going to entail. But as it stands right now, and I don't even know if Arsenal fans are talking about this, and it probably doesn't become a conversation until after the Carabao Cup final. but the quad is still on for Arsenal, and that's something they should be excited at least the mere prospect of. But as ever, look, I want your views. I'd love to get your opinions on this now in that comment section below. That would be amazing if you could, my people. Make sure you're also liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel as well. That means a great deal. Thank you.